Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Good morning.
Good morning, and how are you?
Good that you woke up, alhamdulillah. I did my best to wake you all up. And alhamdulillah, I succeeded. Yasmin is already there, but let me inform her that I've opened my room. And Noah seems to be a very heavy sleeper. She couldn't make it. She couldn't make it, unfortunately. All right. There you go. Inshallah, I'm sorry that I woke you up, but today's lecture is so important. It's mainly
No, actually, I already woke up earlier. Actually, my mobile was in the
woke up.
charger. Woke up earlier.
Yes. And
Actually, I searched about that woke up as someone on the group
Hazem
wrote
اسمها.
it down before,
Hmm.
and I remembered it is woke up, so I searched it. I found it is a rarely used one to use a woke up. It is not correct. It's incorrect, actually. However, it is used. I don't know how. I found some articles talking about, yes, it is a very rare used to write woke up. However, it is not a right past tense for the verb.
Seriously?
Just, yes.
Okay, maybe. Yeah. Walked is the past of walk. Walked, to walk on foot. To walk, using this to walk, and the past of walk is walked. I walked to work today, to my work today. I walked to school. Okay. But to wake up, the past of wake is walk. You can't say walk.
I know.
Maybe. This could be. Anyway, today, inshallah, we're going to talk about the reading, okay? And mainly, I would like to open my camera because I need to use my board today. All right? And we'll start, inshallah, with the reading section. For some reason, Yasmin didn't come yet. This is so bad, man. She said that she's ready.
Why? She said yes. She said I am awake.
برضو awake?
More than 20 minutes.
I'm
Sorry?
I am awake, not awake.
Walk?
Awake, yes. Awake. A-W-O-K-E. أنا صحية يعني. I'm awake.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So let's start. What else can I do? Okay, let me go. That's so bad because I know that would be a really valuable class. I don't want anyone to miss. معلش يا حازم, 1 minute please.
No, sure, no problem.
All right, Yasmin Al-Masri. What did I say? Did I say I'm a walk? I'm awake. Awake, not a walk. Hazem, okay, can you hear me?
Awake?
Good morning, dear.
Okay.
Where are you? Yalla, quickly, okay? Yalla, bye. She's coming.
Yes.
Give a nice get up.
Okay.
Let's start. What do you know about the reading section, Hazem?
What I know about reading section, I'm expecting about the reading section, not know that it will be given an article or paragraphs and asking about it. So it's mainly about synonyms, antonyms, and I believe it will be mainly about time management. I believe if you just try to read all the article even before answering or trying after that to answer, I believe it will not be sufficient. The time will not be sufficient to achieve something like that. But this is all my knowledge about it.
Very good. But why? Why do you think that time will be your biggest enemy?
Yeah, in my opinion, actually, reading is the most easier skill
مش حاجة اسمها the
for
most easier يا حازم.
yes, the easiest skill. Okay, the easiest skill among listening or listening, speaking, or writing. So I believe it will be all about time. And time number one and understanding synonyms or antonyms will be in the second place. And I believe also, let's say, how you will achieve found or finding is a correct, let's say, paragraph or correct sentence which will target the question. I mean that if I just going to the first question and it's about specific point, the most difficult part is to find the correct, let's say, to find the correct paragraph or correct sentence that is talking about this specific question.
صح. You're very correct.
So first it will be about time. Second, it will be about the synonyms, antonyms, to trying to searching, say, about the answer for the question. Third, about understanding for sure, which will come, yes.
So, very good. Okay, I don't know whether you know this or not. You're going to take the general module, right?
Yes.
General module. And for the general module, you'll have, well, this is the general test or general module. For the reading section, the duration will be 60 minutes. And you will be given 3 sections, divided into section 1, section 2, and section 3 normally, right? Section 1 is mostly divided into 2 sections, part 1 and part 2, or passage 1 and passage 2. Same for section 2, 2 parts, and section 3 is a little bit different because it has 1 passage, but it is considered to be one of the considered to be the most challenging passage because this test, the reading in specific, is going through or is gradually moving from easy to difficult. So for the first, second passages, you will find them quite easy, then more difficult till the most challenging or the most difficult, which is the longest passage and the most challenging one. Okay?
So that time it's not equally distributed, right, between the 3 sections.
نقول لك كلام دلوقتي. Hello, Yasmin. Welcome. Welcome, and so nice to see you today. Yasmin? Again, something wrong with the microphone. Yasmin? Hello? At least, can you hear me? The microphone is open. Yes, she says nothing. I can't hear you at all.
Yes, she can hear.
She can hear me. All right. All right, great. Can you talk? Can you interact with me? I'll change the device. All right. Okay. So again, as I said, it's 60 minutes given to you for section 1, section 2, and section 3. And I usually say, or people usually say, 20 minutes for each. So 20, 20, and 20. And unfortunately, unlike most of unlike the listening section, we used to say that you would be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers from the question paper into the answer sheet. Here, you won't be given this time. So you will have to write the answers directly in the answer sheet rather than writing in the question paper first. Okay? So you won't be given any time for transferring your answer from the question paper to the answer sheet. This is very important. But here, as I said, that section 3 would be the most challenging one. I want you please to spend not more than 24 minutes here. So 18, and 24 minutes. Okay? 18 for the first section, which is section 1 and section 2. Yasmin, hello again. Say something. There's not a microphone even. No microphone sign.
Yes, this time she can't hear even.
She cannot even hear us. Okay. At least she can watch us. Yasmin, go back to your device, please. All right, it's of no problem that you cannot hear. Oh, you can hear us. And you can interact as well. Thank you very much. Great, good job. Okay. So again, as I said, Yasmin, were you following? Yasmina, were you following or I should repeat? You're following, right?
No, I'm with you.
All right, great.
Yeah, I'm following.
So again, at least, or the maximum should be 18 minutes for task 1, 15 minutes for task 2, and 24 minutes for task or section 3. This means that if you're going to take general test, okay, this means that I have to spend 9 minutes for part 1 in section 1, 9 minutes for part 2 in section 2, 9 minutes here, 9 minutes here, and in section 3, I have to spend maximum 24 minutes, okay? Or if you managed or succeeded to finish this on time, that would be great. Leave some time before. If you manage to finish task or section 3 before 24 minutes, that would be good because you will find some time to proofread or to have an overview on what you have already answered before. Okay. What else? Okay. About the nature of these passages. These passages are very normal passages. They could be extracted from magazines, newspapers, some academic papers, especially for task 3. Task 3, even if your test will be a general test, or if you're taking an academic one, section 3 is mainly derived or taken or extracted from a scientific paper. So, but what makes us really reassured and comforted is that we don't have to have this prior knowledge about what we are reading. We don't have to. Yet, having some knowledge about the topic that you're reading would really be beneficial. Yes? Do you agree with me? Yeah? So you don't have to have all the knowledge about all the topics, yet if you have a certain knowledge about the topic that you're going to read, that would be definitely better for you. So the number of questions that will be given to you is 40 questions. All right? Each question will count 1 mark. There are no halves, as we know. No halves in the IELTS. They either give you the full mark or none. Okay, so 40 minutes. And the band score descriptors, you can refer back to know when to get what. So it's, for example, if you get 30 to 32 out of 40, this means that you're going to get a band score 6. 35 to 37, this means that you're going to get 5, 30 to 32, 5, 32 to 30, 33 to 37 is 6, and so on. I'm not so good at remembering numbers, so you can refer back, or I can send it to you by WhatsApp. That would be great, so that you can calculate how many right answers did you give, and what will your score be? Okay. Now let's move to the tips and strategies for handling the reading section. Okay. Number one. As we said before, you guys, have you ever been through any of the reading sections? Have you ever tried answering any of the passages before?
For me, no.
No? Can't hear you.
For me, no.
Hazir?
Me neither.
Me neither. كويس ما شاء الله. دي حاجة مطمئنة جدا. Number one. Again, the directions. Kindly pay attention to the directions that are given to you exactly as in the speaking test, because they will give you some instructions on which they will give you a word limit. So word limit is really important. You'll either be required to write 1 word, 2 words, 3 words. Sometimes they will give you an open answer question. Open answer question means that however they will give you the word limit, yet you have to find the answer from the passage itself. Okay? So number one, you have to keep an eye on the directions. Number two, keep an eye on the headings and subtitles. How's that? The headings is, if this is my topic, that would be the heading. And if it is divided into paragraphs like this, these would be the subtitles. Why? Why do you think the headings and the subtitles are important?
It will give us the entry to try to find in which subsection or paragraph it may contains the answer for this specific question.
May include the answer for this specific question. Simply, these the title and the subheadings are really important to give us a brief idea on what is the main idea for this paragraph. And that would really save a lot of time and effort for us to understand where can I find the answer to this question or that question, right? So again, in order to know what is the main or the whole topic about, you have to read the title. In order to know what is this paragraph about or that paragraph about, where to find this or that question, you have to read the subtitles, because subtitles are the clue words that give us the main idea of each paragraph. Do you understand? Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Number 3. Again, you have to watch and be very careful to your grammar and your spelling. So grammar and spelling count. Grammar and spelling count. To what extent or how do they count? Well, grammar have to change the structure. Sometimes they will oblige you to change the structure of the sentence. The IELTS examiners are very clever in finding out whether your grammar is good or not. How? By obliging you to change the structure of the sentence in order to match the word limit that is given to you. All right? For that reason, I ask you to please be very careful to the grammar structure and in switching and in flipping and in changing the grammar structure that is given to you. So for example, if they're giving you when I say, for example, the dress of the girl, or the teacher of the English language, how can I change it if I'm requested to write only 2 words? The teacher of the English language.
English teacher.
English teacher, very good. So English teacher would do the same, all right? The same, would give the same the same meaning and would do the same purpose, right? I don't change the meaning, I just change the structure of the sentence, all right? She drives, or you can say that she reads quickly. She reads quickly. And the question is saying she is a space reader. She's a what?
Quick.
Quick reader or a fast reader. Very good. This means that sometimes you have to change the adjective into adverb or the adverb into adjectives. Other times you have to change the verbs into nouns or gerunds, verb plus ing. Other times I have to change the noun into a verb, and so on, okay? So here, grammar really matters. Another thing, which is the spelling. The spelling really is really important. So for example, if you're writing the word armchair as armchair, would you take the mark?
No.
Would you take the mark? Definitely not. Because they ask you to write one word, which is armchair. One word is a one compound word. It's not two words. You have to be very careful to these very small tips. Okay? So here, the word armchair is one word. And when you write it, if in case, may Allah forbid, you write it in two letters or in two separate words, this means that you don't know the answer, and sometimes your word count may affect your score, because most probably in this question they will ask you to write one word only, yeah? And you will be really, really confused whether to write the word or not, because armchair, as you may think, is two words rather than one word, right? Okay? Also, some spelling mistakes could definitely count. If you're going to write the word participants, for example, participants, like this, would this count? Would this count?
No, no.
Definitely not. It's a zero. Why? Because it lacks an A here. Participants, it lacks an A. One spelling mistake would definitely destroy your band score. One band score, 1 mark would be gone. Okay? So please notice all your spelling mistakes and be very careful while writing. However, you may be writing in a rush so that you can find, most probably, you will give only 1 minute for every question. 1 minute for every question. You do not exceed this time. Do your best to spend only 1 minute for every question. All right? So spelling and grammar count. Number 4. And now we're going to move to some very important tips, rather than, I think that these are common tips with the listening section, but here, these are mutual ones, but here we're moving to be a little bit more in specific and a little bit more into reading, okay? Okay, now, while I read the passages, do you know that some passages have a length of, they range from 1,750 words into 2,750 words. You know this? It's a very long, these are very long passages. That's why, as Hazem said in the beginning of this lecture, he said that we don't read for pleasure. There's a big difference between someone who's reading a novel or a story and reading for pleasure to enjoy each and every word in the story, and reading for IELTS, reading for implementation, which is totally different than reading for understanding. In that case, when we read the IELTS, we don't have to read each and every word, as Hazem said. We just have to do two or be good at two very important skills, which are number one, skimming, and number two, scanning. Skimming the passage and scanning for the answers. How's that? So number 4 is you have to master the skim and scan skills. You have to master the skim and scan skills. How do I skim the passage? Skimming the passage is trying to find. Do you remember when I was explaining the writing section? What did I say? I said for answering a specific question that is given to you, you have to give the main idea or the answer to this question in the first sentence, right? And then, okay, and then I move from this main idea to developing,
Supporting ideas.
to subordinate, yeah, very good, supporting details, to develop this idea by giving more supporting details and examples. Do you still remember this? This means that there is a certain strategy or a specific strategy that most of the academic people follow. If you open any of the English books, and you start reading or selecting one paragraph, just one paragraph, select one of them, and start reading it, you will find out that the first sentence in every paragraph is the main idea. Then after the main idea come the supporting details, and most probably they will give you one supporting or evident example that supports his or her main idea. So in order to find, let's go the other way back. So if you want to know what is the main idea for a specific paragraph, what should you do?
Checking the first sentence.
Very good. Read the first sentence. And let me add the last sentence. Let me add the last sentence along with the first sentence. For the first and last sentences, you have to underline. And in a blink of an eye, in a blink of an eye, try as much as possible to write a very short note. Take a very short note, not in sentence, in words. Take a very short note about what's the main idea here or in this paragraph. All right? So if this is the main idea, I underline it. Here, I underline it. All right? And quickly, I start writing words, only few words in the margin here. All right? So for example, importance of, and I know that this is technology, for example. All right? So the importance or the definition. By the way, usually the first paragraph is about definitions. Okay, to define something, to tell you what do they mean with the title that is given to you. This is most frequently. Okay? Understand? So what do I mean by skimming the passage? Skimming the passage is reading the first sentence, underline it, write a very short note in the margin of the page, read the last sentence. Okay? If you feel like it's relevant and it's important, underline. If not, then that's fine. After doing this, I have to go through the passage. To know it's to skim. To skim is to go through something very quickly. Again, skimming is to go through something very quickly. So here, this is what I really do. I go through the passage very quickly, all this, all the important details or the main ideas that are given to you are underlined, and a short note is taken in the margin of the page. Another thing which is, while skimming, please make sure that you underline the most important words that, like, for example, or the most important phrases that are given to you, like, or dates, or names, or anything you may think you will be asked about. In brief, anything you think is important and you will be asked about. So if you have many names, each paragraph has a name for a certain one, then I have to circle the names of these people. If they're talking about different scientists, for example, yeah, or they're talking about different subjects, different school subjects, geography, history, psychology, history, and so on. What should I do? If I find that my passage is talking about these school subjects, then I have to circle each and every subject in each and every paragraph so that I get to understand very quickly what is this paragraph about. The main idea is very important as well. Okay? Understand?
Yes.
That fasting is getting more difficult these days. I don't know why. Anyway, let me sit down for a while and then I will continue while standing up. And then scanning. To scan is to do what? To scan is to find answers. To look for answers. To scan is to try to find specific words in specific places. Again, to scan is to find specific words in specific places. This is scanning. So scanning means finding specific information. All right? Understand? Okay, great. So we have skimming, going through the passage, underlining the main ideas and the most important ideas that are given to you. Also, scanning. When you scan for something, this means that you just try to find the answers that are given to you, okay? To find where is the answer to this or that question. Well, for scanning, we have to practice a lot. For scanning, we have to practice a lot. Now, after I read my passage, what should I do? And many people are asking whether to read the passage first and then refer to the questions, or read the questions first and then refer back to the passage. In my own point of view, these are different schools. Some people say, well, it's better if you look at the questions first and refer back to your paragraph so that you know exactly what you're looking for. My own point of view, and this is what really worked with me and with most of my students, to read the passage, skim it, wrote notes, then go to the questions, try to find the clue words in the questions, the clue words in the questions. What do I mean by the word clue word? Clue word means what?
Shared word or the main word that can direct me to the answer.
I can't hear you well.
I mean that the word that can direct me to the answer.
Okay. Very, very good. Most probably.
Maybe it's maybe it might be the same word or alternative word, but have the same meaning, synonyms.
Okay, that's good too. The keywords or the clue words in the question are the most important words that I have to look for. So, for example, if they're asking about sharks, for example, okay, why don't sharks like the human flesh? Why don't sharks like the human flesh? All right, what's the clue word in this question?
Sharks.
Sharks and human flesh.
Okay, and well, again, why? Why is a very important clue word because I have to look for a reason. Yeah? The whole topic is about sharks, then shark wouldn't be my clue word. The whole topic, the whole passage is about sharks. So it's not a clue word. Like the human flesh, then human flesh would be my most important clue word. So I have to look for the reason and the word human flesh. Which paragraph here is talking about the human flesh or sharks hunting humans? At that moment, you will get to understand why is it very important to know where to look for the clue words, in which paragraph. So if they are giving you here in this passage or in the first paragraph, if it is only a definition of the wildlife, the wildlife in the sea, for example, and that would be a definition, okay? In the second passage, they're talking about, if they're talking about the coral reefs. You know the coral reefs? Shab Morgani. Okay, third, different wild creatures. Different wild creatures. And number 4, if they're talking about hunting, where would I find this paragraph or this the answer to this question? We have A, B, C, D, and paragraph E. Where do I have to look for this answer? In paragraph A, B, C, D, or E? Your answers, please. Your suggestions.
E.
Or
E.
Or D could be talking about wild creatures. So it's mainly in E, which is about hunting, right? Yes? Most probably it is in E. But if I didn't find the answer in E, then this means that I have to refer back to most probably I may find the answer in D. If not here or there, kindly don't waste a lot of time in finding the answer to this question, especially if it is another type of questions, which is true, false, not given, for example. All right? If it is if it is just a sentence that is asking you whether this sentence is true, false, not given, or right, wrong, true, false, not given, or yes, no, not given. Okay? And I will tell you the different types of questions now. We're going to move to different types of questions in the reading section. Do you understand what do I mean by skimming and scanning now?
Yes, I understand.
Another thing is that I have to be very smart in noticing or in reading the question, because sometimes they don't use the same words that are written in the passage. They use, as Hazim said, they use synonyms. And in that case, I have to be very careful and I have to be very much aware of which word is a synonym to what word, all right? This is very important. Sometimes they're a bit cunning and they ask you indirectly to find synonyms to the words, all right? Do as much as possible to cover all your questions, the 40 questions. Back to my tips. Do not leave any questions unattended. All the questions must be answered, even by guessing. If you don't know what the answer is to a certain question, kindly make a guess. Making a guess would definitely lead to a certain result, either yes or no, which is better than no. Yes? Yeah. So please, if you don't know the answer, just make a guess And most probably, inshallah, the first answer that will come to your mind, it will be the most correct answer. So do not leave any question unattended. This is one of the most precious tips that I want you to bear in mind. Kindly do not leave any question unattended. Now, another tip, which is, as I said before, we have different types of questions in the reading passage, in the reading section. Some of them are quite easy, others are a little bit challenging and not easy. Honestly speaking, they're not easy to either find or to solve, all right? In that case, find out that there is a certain question that you cannot find its answer, or you don't know what is the answer to it. All you have to do is to mark this question. Mark this question and refer back after finishing. Refer back to it after you finish all the questions. Again, if there is a very difficult question, please mark it, skip it to other questions, then go back, refer back to it. Otherwise, you'll spend most of the time or most of your time trying to find some difficult questions that you may not reach to a good answer to it. So in that case, if it happens, please skip these kinds of questions and finish the rest of the questions, then refer back to the most challenging ones. Some people find some questions a little bit more challenging than the others, like what? For example, match headings to titles. However, I believe that this strategy is the best strategy ever to answer the question of match headings to titles or to paragraphs. Some people feel that this question is quite difficult and quite hard to answer. If you follow this step, I bet that you will find this question the easiest question. Okay? Right. Now let me bring my charger, please, because my laptop apparently is dying. So 1 minute, please. Allow me.
How are you, Hazem?
Fine, alhamdulillah. How are you, Yasmin?
How's Ramadan with you?
Alhamdulillah.
Tired.
And working is killing me, actually.
Which time your duty?
We have two shifts. The morning one is from 10:30 to 4:30, and another one after Tarawih, which is from 10 to 12. However,
Okay.
they are not stick to that time, actually. I just told Yasmin, told Hind, sorry, my last session. I have on Tuesday and Wednesday, I reached home after iftar, actually, before the morning shift.
My God. God with you.
And what about you?
Do you know? Not for me, because I'm medical representative, so my time is too flexible, because I have appointment with physicians. So actually, I start at 11 and finish at 4:30. But it's very flexible. So once I finish the appointment, I come back to home. After Tarawih, I have duty, but it's not necessary to go. So I cover all my visits before Tarawih, before Maghrib, not after. And after Tarawih, stay at home, because it's very crowded and it's very difficult to go out at that time.
Yeah, tell me about it, yes.
Yes.
It's horrible. All the roads are congested after Tarawih.
Yes. Yes.
And all the roads are congested,
Yes.
not excluding a certain street. Why?
Yes.
Most probably because people are
Because
buying.
all people awoke at that time. Before Tarawih, most of Saudi are sleeping.
Honestly,
They are saving all the energy to be spent
Yeah,
after Tarawih.
Oh, I
yes.
see. You know what? I thought because I thought all of the people are just like me. I usually go after
Uh,
Tarawih, get my souvenirs and my, my gifts, whatever gifts I would like to get before I go back to Egypt. That's
I
why
notice, I notice, Hind, you are woke very early, mashallah.
I always wake up at 6. Always, no matter what.
Really, even at Ramadan?
Every day, every single day, and I sleep very late. That's bad. It's affecting my health badly because I don't sleep more than 5 hours a day. 5 hours
Okay, you have
maximum.
to get you have to get a nap at during the day.
Sometimes I sometimes do. Like I
Me
just
too.
I just fall down. I just faint. When
Yes.
because I don't sleep enough time. And honestly speaking, this is against. Yani, this is not by my own will. I don't do it intentionally. It's my body. I feel like I can't sleep. My body cannot take sleeping more than 5 hours. If I sleep
Or
more,
you have to,
I wake up
or you
very
have
tired and very exhausted.
or Hind, you have to go to sleep early, not too late. It will
It's
be,
all about
it will be,
day. It's all about the tasks that are spent during the day. Sometimes I have too many tasks. Look at Hazim, he's waiting for me to check his speaking task. Today, inshallah,
no,
yeah.
Hazam, you have to wait a little bit because Hind wanna sleep.
Yeah,
And
not an
yes,
actually, no problem.
no, it doesn't have to do with sleeping. No, no, no. It has to do with the mahsh yesterday. I planned to. Yesterday, I planned to cook mahshi. And unfortunately, there's a lady here who's giving me a hand in the kitchen and in the house chores. Unfortunately, she took her vacation 3 days before my horrible decision yesterday. And I acted like a self-independent woman. I will do it on my own. I will do it all by myself. No one would help me. Unfortunately, they started eating their own breakfast at almost 6:45 until everything was. That was horrible. I know that was horrible. But again, yani, it was a very bad decision. And
But the good point, they ate. The good
Alhamdulillah,
point
they
that
ate.
they ate.
Alhamdulillah. And it was really yummy. Oh my God. I don't remember cooking such a dish for around maybe 2 years. We only eat this dish in Egypt whenever we travel back. But here, it's too hard for me to find time to cook this dish without someone to give me a hand in.
Yes, yes.
So I successfully did it. However, it was late, yet everybody, alhamdulillah, enjoyed it. Anyway, forget about them. So حازم النهارده ما فيش محشي إن شاء الله إن شاء الله. I'll check your own speaking task, inshallah, and I will send you the comments whenever possible. All right?
I don't know, Hind, why my email didn't
Reach me?
send to you. Yeah, sent to you. However, in my
It's not the first time,
sent
Yasmin.
box, yeah, it's not the first time.
It's not the
This
first
that
time.
and sent box for me, I have it.
It shows in your sent box?
Yes, it shows.
That's weird. Let me check it once more, please.
I'll send it now during this
Yes, please.
session.
Oh, no. Wait. It's here. Writing to? You called it
Writing to.
writing.
Yes.
Okay, here it is. Sent on the 19th. Oh, since 19th. Oh, but Yasmin, wait. There is a fatal mistake here. I told you to download the answer sheet, right, for the writing.
Okay.
And write on it. Please copy your answer on the IELTS writing answer sheet. Please, this is very important. To me, I never check writing essay without being written on an IDP or IELTS or a British Council answer sheet. Why?
Okay,
Because we have to count the words, and we have our own measurements of counting the words rather than counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, you have to be aware of how many words you write in a line, and also the way it looks. You have to get yourself used to the way the answer sheet looks like. Okay? So just copy and send it to me today. Please, today, as fast as possible.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And sorry for not seeing or noticing your message.
Okay. Thank you.
طيب. Now we're going to move to different types of questions in the reading passage. All right? Let me share my screen.
Before that, I have one question here actually.
Yes.
Are the questions ordered, like listening or not?
All the questions are in order, except for the matching questions. Definitely, matching is not in order. So all the questions go in order. Yes. Most of them, you can say 95% of the questions are in order. Yet, some questions aren't, especially when it comes to the matching. All right? Matching would never come in order. Otherwise, what's the point? Matching things that are already ordered. Yeah? Okay, any more?
But in listening, even for the matching, they ordered the first part, second, matching the person to job title or designation. So the persons will be ordered something like that. But it's okay. That's my question, if it is ordered or not. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. One minute, please. All right. I think I have to refer back. No. Taib, I would like to listen to you or to your expected answers. What do you think the questions that you may encounter in this test?
What? I don't understand him.
What are the different types of questions that you may face in this test? What are the expected questions? What questions do you expect? Types of questions?
I believe we'll have also multiple choice.
Taib, MCQs, that's a good one. What else?
Complicated questions that you
What's
have
that?
to
Say it again.
Complicated.
Complete, which is fill in the gaps. Very good. What else? As I said before, match headings to the diagrams or the charts or the title or to the paragraphs. Very good. What else?
Simple questions that the answer will be only one word or two words.
Okay, these are short answer questions. Very good. Short answers to open questions.
True or false?
Very good. True or false? Oh, another type. This is a very important type, which is true, false, or not given. Very good. True, false, not given. Also, we have yes, no, not given. True, false, not given. Yes, no, not given. What do I mean by true, false, not given, and yes, no, not given, and what's the difference between them? Well, for true, false, not given, true here means that this sentence matches with the author's point of view. Again, this sentence is matching the author's point of view. The author agrees with this sentence. No, this means that the author doesn't agree with this sentence, as referred or as clarified in the passage itself. All right? So, yes, no means yes, that the author agrees. No, the author doesn't agree. Not given, it's not in the passage. This sentence that they are giving us is not in the passage. It's not mentioned. All right? Same as true, false, not given. True, false, not given. True means that this sentence is true. It's already there, true. And false, not given. And there is a very important tip here, which is what? The tip here is that most of the people spend a lot of time in trying to find this question that is not given. They keep on looking in the first passage, the second passage, in the relevant passage, or the related passage to this question. Unfortunately, when they don't find it, they keep on looking for it in the whole passage, and they keep on going through the passage up to down, and down to up without finding it. Please don't spend much time in the not given question. Once you read the clue word in the question, then you refer back to the paragraph or to the relevant or respective paragraph. At that time, if you found it, then yes, no, not yes, no. If you didn't find it, either in the paragraph or in the respective paragraph or in the last paragraph, because sometimes in the conclusion, you may find the answer to any of the questions that are not in their respective paragraphs. So if you didn't find it in the respective paragraph or in the final conclusion or the last paragraph, kindly do not waste your time by trying to find it. It's not given. Understand? Okay?
Yes, and okay.
Yes.
Again, sharing my screen. Yay. So these are different types of questions. All right, a minute, please. معلش. So in the first sentence here, these are different types of questions you may be asked to. Number one, fill in the gaps, for example, in a passage of a written text or in a table. Number two, match headings to a written text or diagram charts. Sometimes they give us diagram charts to match the headings to these diagram charts. Number three, however, it's rarely used nowadays. Number three, complete sentences. As Yasmin said, it's just about completing the sentence or filling in the gap. All right, give short answers to open questions, short answers, and they will give you word limit, either to write one word or whatever number of words they will be giving you. Answer multiple choice questions, which we call MCQ questions. Choose A, B, C, or D, okay? Sometimes you will need to give one word, sometimes a short phrase, and sometimes simply a letter, a number, or a symbol. The last sentence is not very frequently used. It's just a short phrase or a word. It is important that you control the time on each reading passage. If you spend too long on one, you may not leave yourself time to complete the others. This is also true of individual questions. You have to work very quickly. You can't do a question, leave it, and go on the next question. When 60 minutes have finished, you will have to stop writing immediately. All right? Clear enough? All right. Another tip that is really important. In IELTS are not reading for pleasure. You must identify what the question requires, find the information quickly, and answer accurately. Can you please teach this guy what does this word mean? This means, or what does this sentence mean? This means that we have to do which skills? To practice which skills?
Skim and skim.
Very good. You will not have time to read every word of every passage slowly and carefully. You should not attempt to do this. Again, Hazem and Yasmin, some people say that I have to read the questions first. Other people say that I have to read the passage first. My advice to you is to try both ways. You have to try both ways. work on both strategies and find out or discover your own capabilities. If you can do, you have to find out which one matches with your own skills and your abilities. Some people believe that the best way to do is to read the questions first and then refer back to the paragraph. Others believe that it's better for them to read the paragraph. It is individual differences, and these are different schools. I don't want to be very much strict about these directions or this piece of advice. You try yourself out and you see whether this way or that way matches best with you. Okay? All right?
Okay.
Okay. And now I would like to practice some exercises with you before we start exercising one real exam. Okay? Survey the following passage. Survey here means skim. And answer the questions which follow. And here, the time that is given to us is only 2 minutes. 2 minutes is the given time. So, okay, let me see. A minute, please. 1-to-1, 2 different pages. Okay. Multiple.
No, Adobe Reader will not allow to have 2 pages side by side. Just try to open two.
Allow them. Who doesn't allow me? Actually not allowed. ازاي يعني not allowed؟ ان شاء الله يبقى allowed. Yeah, اقول لك ليه بقى. Because I opened it on Mozilla Firefox. If I page 11, all right, page 11. حازم ما يقوليش not allowed بقى allowed. هنشوف 2 pages together. New. Yeah, Hazim, say something.
It is there in Word. However, check page display, third one. No, in view.
Yeah.
Yes. Page display.
Yes. Page view. يا سلام عليك يا حازم صح. بس بقى the point is that oh no. I can't display 10. Okay, let's see. 10 and 11. Here we go, exercise 1. No. طيب استنى كده نشوف حاجة تانية. Page display. 2 page scrolling. No. Didn't work. It shows only pages.
Okay. Just open يعني keep, for example, in the Adobe Reader itself, keep the page, let's say 11, and keep page 10 in the Firefox, and just bring them side by side.
دي فكرة جميلة صح. انت قلت لي في page display single page and then Firefox page 10. This is 11, right? and keep them side by side. That would be a good idea, يا حازم.
Just from the taskbar, right click and show side by side.
Taskbar here?
In any free place. Yes, just little. No. يعني in the taskbar itself,
Yeah.
beside, let's say beside Adobe Reader. Yes, here show window side by side. Yes.
فين ده؟
Below. Yes. Other one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, just a close active one, which is your Explorer, Windows Explorer, and just try it again. He will matching it again.
Again?
Yes. He will perfect match it again to just undo. No. Undo first, then show it again.
undo ازاي يعني؟ undo من فين بالظبط؟
في undo عندك هتلاقيها في نفس المنيو.
Really? Oh my
تحت
God.
برضه خالص. Yes.
Okay, I need you to spend an hour with me teaching these techniques. Yani, I've been spending 30 hours with you now. Okay, just an hour of your time, please. And then I did undo, and now?
Again بقى show side by side.
Okay. Side by side. It didn't match, hasn't? One last time, okay? Undo, match side by side. Okay, anyway.
No, he should just capture two active windows.
All right.
Do you have gadgets? Oh, you have one gadget. Actually, he will still display it, I believe. Yes. Anyway, okay.
استناني بس ثانية واحدة. جادجتس ولا ما جادجتس، أنا هعملها أنا خلاص. ياسمين، أنت ظروفك إيه في القصة دي يا ياسمين؟ زي حالاتي كده؟
طبعا.
طبعا. يعني this is one of the skills that I believe men are يعني uncomparable at. I confess it. Even my counterparts in the same school that I work in, my counterpart is just an amazing person in dealing with the laptops and computers. Whenever I have a problem, I just run to him, kindly find, and even the way they arrange things are amazingly beautiful. Dealing with the computer is what really makes me feel upset about myself. I feel like I'm an obsolete person. Do you know what's an obsolete person? Obsolete like dinosaurs, like instinct.
Yes.
Not anymore used. Okay. So I hope that I'm doing the right thing now.
Hoping you will have the same idea after listening to my speaking. Actually, I feel very weird while recording myself.
Okay. I fill in the gaps and we have the practice here. Okay. Will you be able to do this? Oh my goodness. Can you see the screen well? Not that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah? That's good. No. كده كويس. And then questions 1 to 4. Say 2 minutes. Quickly. Skim. Scan. 2 minutes.
I don't know. It seems I finished actually. And I believe I read the question first.
ما تستعجلش. Wait, but these are very easy questions. You believe that it's better for you if you read the questions first?
Yes.
Okay, great. خلاص لسه كمان معانا 30 seconds. It's done. Question 1, حازم بعدين ياسمين حازم ياسمين حازم ياسمين. يلا يا حازم. Number 1, what's the subject?
Okay, the subject is in the first line actually, hidden history, the Beatles' secret cycle of life.
The Beatles' secret cycle.
Beatles, okay.
Very good. It's about the Beatles. Very good. Yasmin, which paragraph contains
information about the first paragraph?
Again?
Death Watch. The first paragraph, the Death Watch Butter.
Can you find this word? Where can you find it in the first paragraph? Can you find the word larvae in the first paragraph? So I have to ask myself, what is the clue word? The clue word here is the word larvae, right?
Okay.
So can you find the word larvae in the first paragraph?
No, but the whole paragraph maybe mainly talk about this.
Find the word larvae in which paragraph?
No, I didn't find it.
Okay, then paragraph 1 is incorrect. Find it in the second paragraph. Quickly, we just scan skim and scan. Skim the paragraph, the whole text, and then scan for the certain word.
There is no larvae in the second one.
Second one, can you find the word larvae in there?
No.
No, so it is in the
last
third one. Where can you find it? Here it is. Here.
The first line.
Very good. So the eggs hatch after 2 or 5 weeks, and the larvae then wander across the wood to find suitable entry points through whatever. Okay? So mainly it's in paragraph 3. Hazem. Which paragraph contains information about the adult beetles? So where is the word here?
Adult beetles.
Good.
Which is the first word in the second paragraph.
These are the first 2 words in the second paragraph. Very good. Yasmina, which paragraph contains information about where the beetles live? Where the beetles live?
So the keywords here or the keywords were and live.
Very good.
It's not in paragraph 2 and 3, so I don't know, it's in paragraph 1, so I have to read all paragraph because there is no, I can't find the live.
But you may find synonyms. Right. The most important word here is what? Information about where and live, right? Where and live. If you look here, this watch beetle is thought of the devil's pest in churches, old houses, but in natural habitats. The word habitat is another synonym to the word houses. Right? Habitat is the place where people or things or animals live. Okay? So, as I said before, it's mainly about synonyms. So, the answer should be in which paragraph, Yasmin?
Paragraph 1.
Very good. Okay. And now to the discussion. Notice how with only the beetle A minute, please. Notice how, with only the title and the illustration, you have most of the information in the passage. Have you noticed this? Heisen just read the Beatles' Secret Cycle of Life. Then he could easily know what's the title speaking about or what's the whole passage about, right? And then if you just read the most important or the first idea or the first sentence in each paragraph, you will easily understand what is every paragraph talking about, right? Here, they're talking about where they live. Number 2, adult beetles. From where do they emerge and how they spend their lives? Number 3, the eggs hatch and the larvae that come out of the eggs, right? So it's just, there may be or there may be many words you do not know in this passage, but the title told you the topic was the life cycle of something. Figure 1 here, we didn't look at this figure. Figure 1 here shows you what it is and gives you much of the key information. If you look at it, this is the egg. This is a fully grown larvae. And then this is the pupa, which turns into an adult insect, which goes 5 to 7 millimeters. And then it lays eggs again, and here is the life cycle. All right? So look at the first sentence of each paragraph. It gives you information in answers or to answer questions 2 to 4 above. You didn't need to read each and every word, and you only needed to know, and you didn't need to know every word. This exercise practice, which is something you should do in every text, no matter what the questions are. This is a major reading skill. Major reading skill. Some IELTS questions ask you to find the main ideas, or you have to go through the process of looking whatever, okay? Then another tip, which is to analyze the question. Analyze the questions. How can we analyze the questions? Read, Yasmin, please.
Ask yourself, what's the purpose of this question? If you can recognize that the question is asking about the general theme of the passage, then you already know how to find the answer quickly. If the question is asking for specific information, make sure you are clear. What's this?
What
that information is. Is it a number, a period of time, an act or activity?
Very good. For that, you need to know that when, for example, is asking about the time, why asking about a reason, how asking about a way, and so on. This is analyzing the question. Analyzing the question has another meaning too, which means read it carefully to see what form your answer should be. 1 word, 2 words, or a number. Also, anticipating the answer, as we said before. Anticipating the answer would be very good. As we said in the listening test, you can also anticipate and try to guess what answers are required, especially the parts of speech. If you are not familiar with the topic, you can easily guess what part of speech is required here. Is it a noun, a verb, adjective, adverb, or what? Okay? If it comes in the beginning of the sentence, then it must be every sentence has a subject, verb, and an object. Again, every sentence in the English language has a subject, a verb, and an object. So if the verb is there, then the subject is missing, okay? If the subject is there, then the verb, and there is a gap after the subject, then the verb should be missing. If there is something that comes after the verb, then it could be an object, which is a noun, or an adjective, an adverb, or sometimes it could be a preposition as well. All right? Understand?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, great. Now, here we have exercise 1, consists of simplest questions of question, which is open questions. It must answer in specific number of words, usually no more than 3. Often, however, only 2 or 3 are needed. Questions 2 to 4 can all above one word answers or simply a number. Okay, never mind about this all. Here we have exercise 2. 5 minutes to practice exercise 2. Okay? Complete the summary below by choosing. I don't think we need this anymore.
No, it was on the same.
Huh?
At the title of the exercise 2, it is answer the following questions on the same passage.
يعني ايه الكلام ده؟ انا قفلت بقى خلاص. ماليش دعوة اتقفل خلاص واللي كان كده. We won't need it, will we?
Yes, we must.
ليه
We
must؟
need it.
ليه بس هو؟ This is exercise 2. Alright.
ما هو على نفس الارتكل هي.
Answer the following questions in the passage. And the questions are already here. Oh, على نفس الارticle. معلش. Forgive me. Here is the book, by the way, that I'm using. Would you like me to send it to you?
Sure, please.
Yes.
Yes, please.
It's so beneficial, by the way. Okay. Same article. All right. Great. Let's start. Okay. It's 5 minutes. Answer the following questions on the passage hidden 5 minutes. Complete the summary below by choosing a maximum of 3 words from the passage to fill in the spaces 5 to 10. Then write the answers on the answer sheet. All right? Yalla, let's start. Seems that it's the best fit.
And I believe there is a missing part after that to go down in the article itself. So,
The article itself? This is the missing part most
no,
of
no, no. يعني not about the question. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
But this is for which question? That's the point.
Just double checking the last one. Okay, خلاص.
Please. Mm-hmm. Where did I go? Yeah. Yeah. So Yasmin, in which question are you? Yasmina?
Yes.
And which question are you? Can I move my screen to the bottom part?
Yeah, move it.
Okay. It's time. It's time. How did you find these questions? Easy or difficult?
It's not difficult, but it needs practice.
It needs a lot of practice. I agree with you. Yes, I agree with you. Especially that it needs a lot of scanning practice. Scanning practice. Only scanning practice. And you have to be very quick at scanning the clue words of each and every question. Right. أشوف number 5. يلا يا حازم.
Churches.
Yasmin.
Can you? I didn't write it down. Can you back that paragraph?
You didn't write them down.
It's churches and old house.
Churches and?
Old houses.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. My answer is a little bit different than yours.
Habitats.
No. Is most often in. The death watch beetle is found most often in. Try to read the first paragraph.
Oak and willow.
أيوة صح كده. Here they say the death watch beetle is thought as the devil's pest in churches and old houses, but in natural habitats, it infests a wide range of decaying hardwoods. It has been found in hornbeam, sweet chestnut, and hawthorn. Okay, beech ash, black poplar, elm, larch, spruce, and yew. But the two most commonly infested species in Britain are, here are they, most commonly, which is most often. Again, please be careful, be very careful to the clue words that are given to you. Most often, which is, again here, it is the most commonly infested species in Britain are oak and willow trees. So here we write oak and willow. They infest dam-prone timber which has been affected what? Which has been affected what? What did you write, yeah, Haizem?
First.
No.
2.
And I the number 777, which has been affected what? Again, they infest dam-prone timber, which has been affected which دي عايدة على مين يا جماعة؟
على الدم prone.
Okay, so they infest a dam-prone timber which has been affected by what? Which has been affected by what? Here, look, here it is. By fungi.
Scotch
You guys know what a fungi?
Fungi.
Yeah, fungi, not fungi. Fungi.
Fungi.
Yes, which has been affected by fungi. Adults do not feed, so they survive on what? And live for only 2 or 3 months. So adults, where can I look at the answer? Which paragraph?
Paragraph 2.
Good.
2.
They do not feed. They survive on what? And live for only 2
Stored
to 3
reserves.
months. Huh?
Stored reserves.
Very good. They survive on stored reserves. Where is it, Yahazim?
Third line.
Third line, very good. Yeah, adults depend on stored reserves. Again, survive on, depend on. These are synonyms. Yes? They depend on, they survive on. Stored reserves. Okay, good. And then the larvae, on the other hand, live for up to. Then the passage here, the question is about the larvae. Where can I find the answer? In the third paragraph. On the other hand, live for up to, I have to look for a what?
Period.
Number.
Period of time or a duration. Very good. So they live up to
2 or 10
look,
years.
is it
10
written
years.
here or in the second passage?
No, here.
Yes, they also can,
Consider
then they take between 2 to 10 years
and
to
10
complete their
years.
development. Okay? So the answer is
10 years.
10 years because this is the maximum. Yes, they live up to
Yes.
10 years. Feeding on their tempers during that time. They pupate in what? But the adults does not emerge until the following spring.
Late summer.
Pupate in?
Late summer.
Okay. Late summer or summer. They pupate in summer. Very good. Summer. Excellent. Or we can give another answer.
The wood.
No.
The wood surface.
They pupate in. They need a time. They pupate in, but the adults does not emerge until the following spring.
But the problem actually, the time given, it is late summer to early autumn, and
So
it
it's
is
summer.
maximum of 3.
They pupate into summer 2, or they pupate into summer to autumn. We can write here, we are given 3 words, right?
Yes.
Yes, 3 words. So summer to autumn would be the best thing. They pupate in summer to autumn, but the adult does not emerge until the following spring. Summer to autumn would be the perfect answer. Okay?
Okay.
طيب نروح على exercise 3. Okay? Gap filling exercise. Gap filling exercise. Oh, read carefully. Okay. Gap filling exercise. Exercise 2 is an example of a gap filling exercise. There are several important points to note. The passage is a summary of the reading passage. So you will find many changes from the original. As we said, this is a summary filling. Summary filling. The questions were written in a passage which summarizes the whole passage. That's why some words are not the same. Some words are replaced by their synonyms. Even if you find specialized words in the reading passage like pupate, you will be able to answer the questions. As stated in the introduction, IELTS is a test of your understanding and your use of English, not specialized knowledge. Okay? The question states that you must use a maximum of 3 words. Therefore, you have to reduce the text to answer question number 10, for example. As Hazem said, you should keep only the important words. And last, the question states the words must come from the passage. You cannot use you cannot use your own words. All right? Okay?
Yes.
Okay. And now, exercise 3. Your time given is 5 minutes. How the brain recognizes itself. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and paragraph 3. And I have to open this page on the other, which page is this? 14. صح كده يا حازم؟ All right. Here I'll open the passage. Exercise 3. Are they giving us any word limits? Let's see. Read the following passage. Okay, and there is a completion here.
No match headings.
Yes, it's matching. Yalla bina. Read these 3 paragraphs and then we're going to match the headings to the titles. Match. ويا ريت يكون ياسمين, please, a pen and a paper, please, okay? Because in this question, you have to underline the keywords or the main ideas. Write a short note about each and every one here, okay?
Okay. answer these questions, Hind, from 11 to 13.
Yes, please. خلاص. Are we done?
Yes.
Yes.
طيب نسمع حازم. Paragraph 1 يا حازم.
It was confusing actually. However, I choose one answer and then alter it to be the area of research. F.
صح, which is correct. The area of research, yes. Because here they're talking about the area of research, which is the paper or the paper that Tim Pons and his colleagues published last week, right? Into the area of research was the portion of the brain which is the cortex, right?
Mhm.
Okay, paragraph 2, Yasmin.
It's Moscow monkey.
Which is letter?
A.
Okay, this is question 12. The answer is B. The answer is B.
Yeah, method of research. I was confused because the Moscow monkey is a method of research.
Yes,
So
yes,
that
I
I
know.
read the both.
Okay.
So what's
Okay, but here, if you're saying that the macaque monkeys are or is the main idea, then the whole paragraph will be talking about the macaque monkeys. Is the paragraph talking about the monkeys, the macaque monkeys themselves, or as a method of research?
okay.
Yes?
So I have to choose the general words.
Very good. The main idea that is mentioned in the paragraph, which is about 12 years before Pons and his colleagues carried out their experiments, which is these monkeys being studied had the nerves cut. This all means that these were just means of one method of research. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. What about paragraph 3? It's a little bit confusing, which is question 3.
The same. Actually, I chose E. Final.
I chose. انت عندك مشكلة بقى في
Chose E.
past. Choose.
Okay.
Chose. 1-0. Okay. Paragraph 13 is
Cortex recognition.
recognition. Okay. Cortex recognition. Do you agree with him, Yasmin?
I choose C. Electrical stimulation.
Why? Tell me. You guys give me your evidence. أنا مش هقول which is the right answer. You guys tell me your evidence واللي أقتنع بيها أقول هو الصح.
Because for me, I choose this because
I chose the past.
I chose this one because it talks about the anesthetics, which is the one kind of electrical stimulation, or and Pence and his colleague interest electrodes into the region of cortex. It's a kind of the mechanism of stimulation or anesthetics. For
Okay.
that, for that I feel it's something doing to stimulate or to anesthetics.
Okay.
For that I
Remember,
choose
طيب يا ياسمينة, remember what is the main topic about? It's mainly about it.
cortex.
Read the title. That's why I told you
Yeah.
have to read the title.
How the brain
How the
recognition
brain
itself.
recognizes itself. Good?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. قول لي يا حازم, why do you think that the answer here is E?
Okay, I chose first C also. However, for last sentence in the paragraph, which I include as a conclusion, sorry?
صح صح صح.
Yes, it is summarizing that about the what is the previous scientists had thought about the cortex of adult animal couldn't reorganize itself over and over. So the whole experiment, which is electrical stimulation, was about to prove that scientists have had a different or a wrong.
Excellent. It was mainly about how does the brain recognizes itself. How does the cortex and the nerves cut all this experiment? How does it lead to, all this experiment was mainly to know how does the brain recognize, is it through the cortex or the nerves, all right? So it's mainly, the whole thing here is mainly about how does the brain recognizes itself, or how does the cortex itself recognizes itself. So it is about the cortex recognition. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
طيب ننقل على questions 14 and 15. Okay? 13 to 15. Okay, 14 to 15.
Same article.
معلش انا same article. ماشي. يلا بينا. 14 to 15. According to the passage, which four of the senses listed below are somatic sensations? And I have to look at the word somatic sensations.
Pain, yes.
Yeah. We need to list
Pain.
four of them.
Pain or touch, temperature.
Yes. B, C, D,
What
E.
else?
احنا معانا هنا في الباسج بيقول it's about
B,
touch,
C,
position,
D.
heat, cold and pain. عندنا في taste موجودة.
Position, yes.
Taste موجودة.
No.
No, test it not there.
No.
It is B, C, D, E.
Oh, sorry. Touch, yes. Temperature.
Temperature because it's heat.
Heat and cold, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. Pain.
Pain, it
Beneath
exists.
and position, yes.
Position.
Touch.
Yes. Emotion.
Yes. No.
Emotion.
Not
No.
emotion, no.
Yeah.
Smell, no. Sound, no. Or
No.
vision, no.
Sound
Vision,
and
no.
vision.
Yes.
All right. Into
No.
specific. Receive from specific areas of the body. Good. So the answers are, again, say the answer.
B,
The most
C,
easiest
D,
question.
and E.
Very good. B, D,
D and E.
D and E. Very good. Okay.
The most easiest one.
Yes, it's the, we don't say the most easiest one. It's
The easiest
the easiest one. Very good. Type, write the four appropriate letter from, okay. Now, 215. Which part of the brain receives signals from different parts of the body? Write no more than 3 words from the passage. Okay? Which part of the brain receives signals from different parts of the body? No more than 3 words. Don't answer, just give yourself some time to think about it. Found it? Found it? It's in the first paragraph.
Yes.
The cortex itself, the somatic sensory cortex.
Sensory cortex.
The somatic sensory cortex can be
Cortex.
considered as a topographic map subdivided into specific regions that receive nerve signals from specific areas.
From the specific area of the body.
Good job. Now to the discussion. Okay. Did you do the following? Did you survey the text? Yes. Analyze the questions and see exactly what they're asking for. Yes. Read the instructions carefully. Yes. Notice which questions were about general themes and which were asking for specific information. هنا بقى في حاجة مهمة جدا إنه إيه؟ إحنا بنعمل القصة بتاعت skimming and scanning ليه؟ الحقيقة النقطة دي مهمة جدا. إحنا we are skimming and scanning, we're skimming the passage, scanning for the answers. Once I find the answer, I have to zoom in and read the whole sentence. Exactly as we did while answering this last question. The somatic sensory can be presented as topographic map that receives nerve signal from specific area. Now, we didn't just skim the passage. We had to read it, the whole thing and the whole sentence, because we needed to know what is the part that is responsible for receiving different signals from different areas of the body, right? Yeah?
Yes.
So again, why do we scan? Why do we scan for the answer? So that we know in which part of the paragraph can we find the questions or can we find the answer. Then at that time, I have to zoom it in and read the whole sentence, understand it carefully, and then give my answer. Understand? All right, again, we have to know where to look for specific information and what sort of information was required. Go back to the text, looking quickly for the information you need, and remember not to try and read every word. All right? Remember not to try and read every word. You understand this? Yes?
Yes.
It's very nice, and it's the first time I practiced this.
Oh, first time. Right. Quickly, yes. We still have 5 minutes. Can we finish these 5? No, not this. As in help.
The other one.
Yeah. Okay, so here, matching.
It is a new article.
It's a new article. For this, we need 10 minutes. And يلا. We need 10 minutes for this part. Okay. But I'm afraid that this text needs some more explanation.
Divided on the same, yes. Divided on 2 pages.
Yes, it's divided into 2 pages. And I think that it's not as easy as the first one. For now, all right, let's finish our class. I'll forward you this book, okay? And in the same time, I'll give you one reading passage to do, not one reading passage actually. Let me give you one assignment, one whole assignment. You have to spend 60 minutes in this assignment for the reading, which is Cambridge 8, test 5, which is the first test. Haizam, would you please write this down? Cambridge 8, test 5 as homework. Okay? Cambridge 8, test 5, reading section. And please close your room. Make sure that there is no disturbance and nothing that can disturb you from outside. Only 60 minutes for the reading section. Try to finish your reading section within this given duration. And then you calculate according to the answer key that is at the back of your book. Okay? Then you calculate the answers and how much did you get out of 4. Send me a screenshot. And I will send you again daily tasks, inshallah. All right. Any questions before we move? Any questions?
Thank you, Hind.
No? Huh? Any questions? Hazem?
No.
Mina?
Fine.
No. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hind.
See you on. فكروني بس فكروني.
Wednesday 7 a.m.
Oh, Wednesday at 7. Oh, okay, such a horrible timing.
7 is too early.
It's too early, but again. طيب احنا ممكن نعمل حاجة ظريفة. Before Wednesday we can finish. You just agree with me. طيب ممكن نعمل skipping في يوم واحد بس للتراويح عشان نخلص؟ صعب. صعب؟ لازم رمضان كله يا حازم؟ دي برضه عبادة.
هو بيجي كل قد ايه؟ هنعمل ايه
طيب خلاص كده يبقى I don't have any other option. لأنه I have to يعني go to work at 9 maximum. So 8:30 would be my. Otherwise احنا ممكن نخليه يكون في ميعاد بدري شوي. During the day يعني 3 to 5 for example. Would that be okay with you? 3 to 5?
For me, okay, but I don't know Hazem.
I can plan it ahead, no problem. Okay, just
طيب
tell me and I will work on it إن شاء الله.
يوم what's today? Saturday? Not Monday. Tuesday. 3 to 5. Would that be okay?
Yeah, for me it's okay.
طيب جميل. وانت يا حازم؟
Okay, إن شاء الله.
Inshallah, Tuesday 3 to 5. But please, I just want any of you to remind me. I will set my reminder, but again, yani, just do your best to remind me, please. Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. See you.
I have a question here.
Yes, my dear.
If I wanna back to any of our session later, can I find it on YouTube?
No, ask for it. You can ask me for it and I will send it to you.
Because actually I need, I'd like to revise the most of them because, you know, the after 2 weeks I have a vacation, so I have enough time to concentrate more on our sessions. Okay. And I wanted to repeat writing again and do all the missing task or assignments. For that I need most of them, so I don't want to bother you all the time and send you message and blah blah. So for that I'm asking you if there is a source I can find it when I need it.
Okay. As I told Hazem before, every candidate is allowed to take only 2 recordings, and unfortunately, yani, that wouldn't be nice to send all my course to any of the candidates. But since I trust both of you, and I know that none of you would yani, give this information to anyone else because this is a paid service and it's unfair to give it to each and every one. Other people have their own free courses. I will put them all on one link, on one playlist on which you can revise all your courses, both of you. Only both of you. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
And believe me and Hazem, we will not give them to anybody else.
Yes,
because I know it's your effort and it's your right.
Yeah, thank you very much.
To keep it with you.
No problem. I will send you the link once I put them all in one playlist, inshallah. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
So
enjoy the rest of the day.
Many
Have
thanks.
a very blessed day. See you on Tuesday. Ya Rabbi man say. See you on Tuesday very soon.
I remember you.
Yes, inshallah. Thank you, my dear. Bye.
Bye.